Incidentally, who is our Imam at Dar Al-Hijrah? Over the course of his years as a leader in the North American Muslim community, he has lectured on educational and political issues. He has taught parental training programs, school program development. He's also developed several interfaith affiliations and participated in many interfaith boards and dialogues. He is our teacher as he teaches us monthly tafsir of Quran, connecting our hearts to the book of Allah and guiding us according to the sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Without any further ado, I'd like to bring up to the stage Sheikh Shakir Elsayed. Allahu Akbar.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. I really mean it. Assalamu alaikum. You better believe it when I say it. And I mean you, everyone here. Thank you very much for coming. It's humbling to serve such a wonderful community where dedication does not start from the top down, it starts from you. It starts from your membership, your commitment, the spirit you bring to Dar Al-Hijrah. Every other week, and sometimes almost every week, some traveler drops by Dar Al-Hijrah. And after the prayer, they come and say, I want to move to this community. And when asked them if they were happy where they are, most of them say, we are very settled. We have home, we have jobs, we have careers, we have family, but we have a sense of feeling of the spirit of this community that we have not found anywhere else. That spirit is your spirit. That is spirit of your presence, your commitment. The children that you bring to the school in the weekend, and those of you who attend the classes, and those of you who volunteer to help serve on different committees, and those of you who attend public service and community service in the larger society, those who visit the sick ones in the hospital as volunteers to boost their morale and to give them hope and to pray for them, those of you who participate in interfaith activities to connect our community to the larger society, those who participate in the Kalmor cleaning and the lunch service in the church across the street, those of you who welcome our political leaders and elected officials to your mosque and make them feel that they are welcomed and they are respected, and those of you who reach out to approach people elsewhere outside of the walls of Dar Al-Hijrah. The theme of this dinner tonight is fulfilling the dream. Maybe it is a fact that the vast majority of you were not here when a group of young students came from overseas to study, 1983. And as a group, they were looking for a place to pray. And they found the house on the premises of Dar Al-Hijrah. And they decided to collect from penny to penny, from dollar to dollar, until they collected the money and paid the house. And that house was called Dar Al-Hijrah Islamic Center. What a name. You know what Dar Al-Hijrah refers to? Dar Al-Hijrah refers to the Medina, the first community established under the auspices, the leadership, guidance, and direction of Allah through His Prophet. Call it the utopian on earth, call it the model town, call it the model community. This community of Medina, which was called Dar Al-Hijrah, was called Dar Al-Hijrah because the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam left his hometown in Mecca and went directly to Medina. That journey brings to me the memory of what it means to call it Dar Al-Hijrah and what it means for Medina to be called Dar Al-Hijrah. I want to remind everyone that the time the Prophet ﷺ was himself and his community very harshly persecuted in Mecca was the same time the Prophet ﷺ put his eyes on the Medina to set up a community that is free from persecution, free from bigotry, free from hatred, free from racism, a community that is based on the basic principles of Islam, that we are all humans, we all belong to the family of Adam, and we are all as equal as the teeth of one comb. There is no difference between an Arab over an non-Arab, or a non-Arab over an Arab, a white over a black, or a black over a white, except for piety and righteous deeds. This was the foundation of Medina, of brotherhood, and the covenant of Medina that made together one community of Muslims, Arab pagans, Christians, and Jews under one roof of one city that later became known as Al-Madinah Al-Munawwara. May Allah bless the soul of the Prophet ﷺ who resides in Medina. After the Prophet ﷺ came back to Mecca in conquest, the Ansar were tearing, and they gathered and they started to talk, and they said, now Mecca is free and the Prophet has come back to his family, and his family is falling all over each other to come and welcome the Prophet, and many of them are entering Islam after all of these years of wars. Most probably the Prophet would settle back in Mecca. And the Prophet ﷺ heard what they were talking in private gathering, and he called them in, and he said, by Allah, if all the people in the world took a path, and the supporters, the Ansar of Medina, took a path, I will take the path of the Ansar of Medina. I am coming back with you to where I will be for the rest of my life. And he went back to Medina. So it was Dar Al-Hijrah because he migrated to it, but it turned into the Medina, which is a place where he settled and the community settled, and they started together to build the big community that every Muslim community in the world would like and aspire to be like it. A community when we don't have hatred or nationalities or different tongues. We speak the language of love. We speak the language of care. We speak the language of Dar Al-Hijrah, the true original Dar Al-Hijrah, where Jews were secured and they signed on the covenant without any pressure from anybody. Christians did the same, and the pagan Arabs signed on it, and it was a defense covenant with collective efforts from all sides of all members of the community. I hope as we talk about the dream that we want to fulfill, the dream we want to fulfill is an America that does not tolerate us. We want to have an America that welcomes us and considers us part and parcel of this land, especially that everybody by now knows that the first discovery of America was not Columbus. It was a Muslim man who came and led and taught Columbus how to cross the ocean where he needs to go. Brothers and sisters, we should be proud of our history, but we should plan for our future, and we shouldn't let our present challenges deter us from pursuing our dreams for the future of our community and our society and our nation. Thank you very much for coming. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you, bless your families, and give you the best for your future and your offspring's future. Thank you.